Fenty review, Fenty review, Fenty review, Fenty review. First of all, y'all asked us to do this video.
You did.
A gazillion times.
They did.
So get ready for our real thoughts.
Get ready, because you know we don't follow the hype.
We don't follow the hype.
We give you guys the real, the truth, what we feel is the truth. And from our experience.
From our experience. And it's kind of good that we didn't give you the review right away, because it gave us like a week to wear the product and really come to a decision.
Right.
So here we go.
Here we go.
Welcome to our channel.
Welcome. Welcome to Two Brown Girls. I am Deandra Giselle.
And I am Miss Kevin Sage.
And first of all, I'm going to be real with you guys. I was kind of skeptical about her doing
a celebrity doing.
Yeah, because I feel like, do you do your makeup?
That's true.
You know, but I have to say kudos to her for having her very first launch in 40 Shades.
I was going to say, before you even review this product, I feel like you have to state the obvious, which is the 40 Shades.
Yes.
You really do. And I'll tell you why. Because Black women are underrepresented in print form, in media, and in product form. We are underrepresented, period. Just across the market, we are not represented. Our buying power, well, they say our buying power is low, and that's why we don't have the shade ranges, we don't have representatives, we don't have it. And so for Rihanna to say, hey, there's a gap right here, and what I'm going to do is fill it. Day one in Sephora, 40 Shades. Bam. There you go.
And you know what else I like? I liked that if you guys seen her promotional video, and it's on a lot of the YouTubers channels or videos, she has every single shade, every single nationality in the video. And I mean, the concept was cool, and at the end she was like sparingly in the video, in the advertisement, and at the very end, of course, she's there. But I love that she showed right then and there that she's representing everybody. Like,
honestly, not only kudos to Rihanna, but kudos to Black women.
Yeah.
Kudos to women of color for coming out and supporting
and showing
showing major brands that listen, we will throw you our money.
Yeah.
Just make something that's suitable for us. So
absolutely.
You know what? Round of applause for that we showed up in major numbers, and that is it's just phenomenal. I was like grinning from ear to ear, like that's how you do it, Rihanna. But low key, that's how you do it, Black women. Like that's how you do it.
Absolutely. All right, so let's get into what we purchased.
I bought these two foundations. I'll tell you why. And Trophy Wife.
Hey, have you mixed those two foundations?
I did.
Okay. I
did.
Never mind. Never mind.
What did you buy?
Okay, so I bought my foundation. And let me tell you about these packagings. They're super deceiving, because I looked on this and I was like, well, they have no colors for me. And I don't know if it's the glass, but this,
because it's kind of frosted.
Yeah, it's frosted. And I looked at the shades and I was like, I don't have anything here for me. So if you just look at the bottle, it's gonna look wrong. So anyways, I bought the foundation. I got, of course, the lip gloss. You know, I like that there was a lot of it in there. And then I got the contour stick. And so I bought those 3 items. I've been wearing the foundation. What I find that is it does oxidize. I'm going to show you guys. I got color 400, and I went in the store, and this is what it comes out like, which to me looks like this is not my color.
It's so light. I'm going to tell you, this foundation is super watery, which I'm not a fan of, to be honest.
I'm not a fan, and that was my other thing. Like, I wasn't a fan of how watery it is. It takes me about 3 to 4 pumps to cover my whole face, and even though you have a lot of this, that's kind of a lot of pumps, because my Matchmaster from MAC, I only need 1 to 2 pumps, and you know, and it's not as watery. It's very watery. I found that using my normal brush does not work.
I found the same.
Using like the brush that it comes with, it looks very similar to the MAC. I can't remember the name, but anyways, it's a MAC foundation brush that's very dense. It absorbs a lot of the foundation. It doesn't go on my face. So then I used a damp beauty blender, and that was perfect. Now it's watery. I'm gonna rub it in, and you guys will see in a little bit. We'll come back to it in a little bit, and you guys will see how it oxidizes. 400 has a warm tone to it.
It has red and subtle red. It takes about 2 minutes or so to dry down, and then you'll see the true color.
Yeah, and that can be hard to deal with a little bit, but Melissa's gonna get into that. With the lip gloss, no issues.
Did you like it?
I love it, and it's a lot. There's a lot in here. I absolutely love it. I'm probably gonna put it on top. I'm wearing it now, but I'm just wearing it as is. I'll probably put it on top of something, but just like when you're doing a no makeup look, I like, and it's truly universal. Love that. Contour stick. Doesn't, okay, I'm not trying to throw shade, but doesn't this packaging look very close to Kim Kardashian?
It does. I feel like that nudie pink is like really in.
Is it in right now?
Yeah.
I have to say, you get a lot of product in here.
Because it's fat.
Yeah, it's fat. There's a lot of product in. There's a ton in there. The issue that I have is I'm not really a cream contour girl. I'm mostly a powder girl. So just me using it is different. I'm wearing it now, but actually I like it. This is Truffle. Okay, so there's Truffle, and then I can't remember the one after Truffle. It's a little bit too dark. So watch out for that, because I wanted one a little bit deeper than this. Because I feel like my head, you know how as women of color we always have different skin tones, or different like complexions going on, and my forehead is always my darkest area, and I feel like I contour with this, disappears. There's no contour. It is a little bit ashy. It's not warmer, which is what you kind of want, like Melissa was saying, to cast a shadow. So I love it for my cheeks, but not so much for my forehead. And then I'm going to let Melissa take it away, because she's about to go in. Overall, I would say I do like the line. The foundation is workable. I think you have to... I do
think you have a good color.
Yeah, it's workable. I do drop a dab of my Match Master in there, only because, well, I'll stop there. Let Melissa explain.
Okay, I'm going to take my notes out. Okay, so let's go foundation first. So the two colors that I got were 420 and 440. So I ordered 440 online, and I really wanted 450. 450, I thought the description said for deep skin with warm undertones. That's me. That's perfect. That's what I want.
But isn't that every woman of color?
Just about. But you can have, you know, red undertones. You could have, you know, all different. That's very common. And it was sold out. Because it's common. So it was sold out. So I thought,
it's really dark, you guys.
So I thought I'll just get 440. So then all the women, people started going to the premiere, and all these YouTubers are like, oh my God, you guys, be careful, it oxidizes. Be careful, it oxidizes. And I know a YouTuber, and she told me on Instagram, be careful, this oxidizes. You probably need to go 2 or 3 shades lighter. I was like, oh my God, I already ordered this, and it's the wrong color. This oxidizes, first of all, really dark. So the tone, the complexion itself is wrong. That's what's wrong with 440. 450 would have been way wrong too. But that's what's wrong with 440, which is the one I got. Okay. So then I went in store, and I got matched by a Sephora customer service, and I got 420. To be honest, I feel like this color matches my complexion. The problem that I have is the undertone.
Okay, let me see. I'm swatching all 3 of them.
Okay, guys. So 420, the description says, let me pull it up for you, girl. The description says, deep skin with neutral undertones.
You want to explain neutral undertones?
Neutral is you're not warm, you're not cool, meaning you don't have like pink undertones, you don't have red undertones, you don't have yellow undertones. You're neutral. You're right in the middle. You don't sway either way. When you have warm undertones and you get something neutral, it comes off flat.
Yeah.
So that was my problem with it, is that I found that 420, that neutral, it's not a look. that I like. And honestly, speaking to Dee's point about having different, you know, we just have different complexions, especially like around your mouth area, can get really dark, particularly for women of color. I have that issue and it turned gray.
Yeah.
I haven't been color correcting. That is a way to combat that, but I haven't been color correcting recently. So I put it on and it turned, I mean, like immediately I noticed it was gray. And I was like,
wait a minute. So even when you color corrected, what did you use to color correct?
So I've been experimenting this whole week. Okay. So I started with 420. I noticed it turned gray. So then I used the 440. It was too dark, girl. It didn't work. So then I mixed and I don't remember what I didn't like about it, but I didn't really like that combination. Okay. So I went with 420, which of the two I prefer more. And I added my NARS foundation, that really light one that has really good yellow. It's like my favorite yellow to add to foundation. So I used that. Still didn't like it.
Wait a minute. So that's just because I'm trying to, so are you wearing it now?
I'm wearing it now. I color corrected. So it's not as bad, but definitely around here, it's still a little gray. Yeah. And that's just not, I don't like that.
Well, what ends up happening is
it's not as bad on you
because it's warm. I have warm tone, but I have to say that I prefer more of a reddish tone. You prefer more yellow. I don't mind this foundation only because it dries down when it oxidizes. I actually liked it better, and then once I contour and highlight, like I can deal with it, you know. But I think that's why. But I didn't expect to be 400 either.
I didn't either.
I expected to be 420, I think is there 410? There was a 410 I was looking at a little bit, but it's neutral. So I was like, I was thinking the same way. So I agree with you, but I'm waiting for this to dry down. But
that's the problem with swatches too, because it's a little bit heavier than what you actually apply on your skin. That is my one complaint, is that I wish the colors were more true to form. And they didn't oxidize. Right. That's my only complaint, to be honest. I'm taking these back. The foundation itself is for oily girls. It's a soft matte finish, which actually I love. It is my favorite.
I knew you would.
Because as an oily girl, it's more skin-like. It doesn't suck all the oil out of your skin, which you know I've complained about, because I do like a little dewiness on my skin, and when it's a soft matte, it's very skin-like. If you're dry, maybe not. Normal.
If your combination, okay, this is another thing too. So I've been wearing this. I woke up at 5:30 this morning. I did my makeup officially around 6:15 to do wake up to makeup. Okay, my foundation. I have to say that my nose is the oiliest part of my face, and there's no foundation anymore on my nose. So that was a I feel like it's so sheer. Like, I know it's supposed to be medium coverage, but I feel like it's so sheer that I don't know about. I mean, that's a long day. Like 6:30 all the way. We're at like 9:30, almost 10 o'clock now.
10 o'clock, 9:54, in fact.
So I get it, but
because it's a soft matte, I don't. Again, as an oily girl, I don't feel like it lasts all day. But I also work 10 hours. I work 10 hours, so I'm probably up doing my makeup probably 11, 12 hours a day. And by the end of the day, to be honest, no makeup lasts for me all day because I just have oily skin.
That's what I was going to say. So for combination skin, I have to say that this area in here, I really like still. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just like you were talking about oily. I think if you're dry, you may, and you really want to try this foundation, you're going to need like a heavy moisturizer and a moisturizing primer. Yeah. Which people were saying like her primer was good.
I did hear her primer was good actually too. Yeah. So that's this. I'm done talking about it because I actually don't hate it. I don't like,
she doesn't like it
I don't like the color and the oxidation. That's what I don't like. But the foundation itself, I actually don't mind at all. Yeah, I actually don't. And listen, I was doing my research, girl, because this is $34 and it's like 1.08 ounces. Normally, here it is, 1.08 fluid ounces. Foundation is normally 1 fluid ounce. So we appreciate you for the additional 0.08.
Because you need more to cover your face.
And that's what I'm thinking, because it is very liquidy, which, to be honest, also threw me off, because I was like, how is this going to be matte? This is so liquidy.
And you do need to shake it up before you put it on. And it says shake well in 3 different languages.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Trophy wife. Y'all know everybody was all up and down and through. Trophy wife.
That was scary to me.
If you're oily,
don't do it.
Don't get this.
Are you about to take it back?
I'm about to. Yes, I am going to take that back too. I did wear it today as an eyeshadow because I was looking
glittery.
online.
This is exactly why I didn't get it.
If you are into ultralight beam highlighter, glittery, chunky highlighters, you will love this. If you are not, you will absolutely hate this. In fact, if you are oily, I do not recommend this for you. If you have textured skin, meaning not even like acne, to me, textured skin is when you actually have really porous skin, so really big pores, or if you have those grooves in your skin, be careful. You'll have glitter all over your face. But if you have those really heavy grooves all in your face, this will highlight that texture, and you will not, you won't like it. As an oily girl, glitter on your face is never.
It's literally glitter, you guys. Like, it's, I mean, in camera.
Actually, on camera, it doesn't look bad at all.
I was going to say, on camera, it doesn't look bad at all. But when I seen this in the store, I was like, I'm not going to like that. Because I like to have a glow, not necessarily like a shine.
Yeah.
Or I don't want it to be glittery. I just want to glow a little bit.
A sheen.
Yeah.
You want a sheen. This is chunky glitter. I wore it on my eyes today. Literally, that's what it is. It works perfectly. Your highlighter should not work as a glitter for me personally. Myself personally, that's not a look that I like. This is the other thing. While it looks good on camera, this is like neon yellow green.
Oh, that's the other thing, is I didn't like how yellow it was.
I like
gold.
I feel like the idea, I thought it was going to be more gold, and I really didn't expect it to be super chunky glittery. But it's really not my favorite thing. It's not. I'm an oily girl. Putting glitter on oily skin is just not a good. It's just not a good idea.
She likes a good highlight.
I do like a good highlight,
but not a glittery highlight.
This is not it.
Yeah.
If you have porous skin, I do not recommend this. If you have textured skin, I do not recommend this. If you're oily, I do not recommend this. If you like glittery, see you from space because I'm beaming, you will love this. Get it. You will love it. That's not me. It's not me, girl. It's not me.
I feel like a lot of our Two Brown Girl family, you guys, as an everyday, you know, working women, you're not doing this. But we're not bashing the line.
No.
We're just giving you the real of our opinion
of what we bought. And so the other thing to know is that the other highlighters are not this glittery, not this chunky. They're all are going to give you a sheen. So go in store and try those ones out.
Don't order online. I highly suggest with this brand, do not order online. Go to your nearest Sephora and try
the products out. Yeah, for sure.
And if you're looking for foundations, whatever color you think you are, get that color, the one before it and after it, and make sure you have 0 foundation on when you go to the store, and put it on your jawline.
Yeah. Actually, to be honest, I even recommend having the sales clerk give you a sample and take it home.
Yeah.
Try it for a few days and then go back and purchase. Get 2 or 3 and then go back and purchase it, because in store, you know, Sephora's lighting is really weird.
That's true.
And so after it dried down, I was like, this does match. I really like it. But when I got home is like, when you can, and you're just doing this. It's not going to turn gray over here. It's going to turn gray in here.
Well, what I ended up doing is actually the girl put the color like on both sides, and then I went shopping. Well, I was still in Sephora, so lighting is lighting. But you know what you can also do is take your phone, your camera, like your flashlight, and also look that way too to change up the lighting. And that's only if you're an impulse shopper, because I'm gonna be real with you, Melissa has patience.
I will get a sample.
I will be like, I want to buy it today. So I went and did something else and came back and came with 400.
Yeah. It does oxidize quite a bit, actually. Even if you look, I don't know if you can see the true color of that.
Yeah.
On here versus
pretty
that.
dark.
It oxidizes pretty dark. So,
like 2 shades. They actually said it oxidized 2 shades lighter than when it comes out of the bottle.
2 shades darker.
That's what I meant to say. Yeah. 2 shades darker than when it comes out of the bottle. So that's honestly something to consider, because especially if you're a beginner in makeup and you're not understanding like your skin tone and what you should use and all of that, I probably wouldn't suggest this line for your foundation, because if you have to work with it and you're just learning makeup, it may not be for you.
All in all, through and through, the foundation, take color out. The foundation itself, I like. I actually really like. I love the soft matte finish. It doesn't separate. It doesn't last 12 hours, but for me, that's an unrealistic expectation. Nothing lasts for me that long, typically, unless I do like a whole lot of different things. So typically, that's not a knock on the foundation. I think it wears beautifully. I just haven't found a color that works for me at this point. So that's what I'm saying. Great line. I'm so pumped for Rihanna. I think this is a fantastic, like, not even a start. This is like when you're midway through the race type situation that she came out like that. So,
but you know what else I was thinking? Another difficult thing when you start going into deeper skin tones is all the different skin undertones, all the different scenarios that happens with deeper skin tones. And I think that's what she tried to do with having a warm and a neutral, a warm and a neutral, warm and a neutral. But I have to say that sometimes with deeper skin tones, you do have to work with it. But the fact that she's trying like nobody has done that. I was confused when I was like, wait,
when I first saw it, I was like, why? I know we've been asking for this, but I am so overwhelmed. Because normally there's like 5 shades, and I normally know I'm like the one before last, maybe 2 before last, because it's always like my shade and then the darkest on the spectrum, which is like there's more of us between here and there.
Right.
So I just normally know about where I am. To have as many shades as she had
to do research.
You had to, I'm not a makeup artist, but I'm a makeup nerd. So I enjoy knowing about my skin tone and my undertones and what's going to work and what doesn't work and why is this turning gray? What can I do to correct it? And what is this? And this one's it. So I did enjoy that. I'm not going to lie, but it was still overwhelming. Like
it is overwhelming.
It was very much overwhelming. So that's all we're saying. Like not knocking the line. I'm just giving you my experience as, on today. I ain't found what worked for me, girl. I ain't found it yet.
Anyways, that's our little tidbits of the Fenty beauty line by Rihanna. Go check it out for yourselves. I know a lot of people, they're out of stock of a lot of the
both
deeper
on Sephora and Fenty.
Support Rihanna, because I feel like
she did it.
Yeah.
And this is the other thing I was going to say. Last thing, I promise. This is the last thing I was going to say. Reviews are about your experience.
Right.
This has been
you about to teach them?
I am.
She got her teacher voice on.
Because I want to make sure that you understand the difference between bashing and explaining my experience. And my experience thus far has been that I haven't found something that works for me. Is that a reflection of the line? I don't think so. I think that's a reflection that this product oxidizes, and trying to find your right color makes it a little bit more difficult to find.
Yeah.
So at this point, I have someone as a reference point that says, hey, we're around the same color. This color works for you. I'm going to try that. So that's all what I'm saying. I'm not a personal fan of any glitter highlighter. That's just me. I don't care who brings it. That's just not my personal preference. That's my experience. So bashing the line, absolutely not.
Right.
I think this is phenomenal. I think what she has done thus far is phenomenal. And I will continue to support her. People are like, come out with some lipstick, girl.
Yes.
Come out with the brow product. Because you know Rihanna rocks a red lip like nobody's business.
That's why I thought she would have like, but it's okay. It's probably coming.
It's probably
coming. She can't give us all at one time.
And I'm not mad. So I just want to make sure that we're clear that the intent is not to bash. The intent is to share our experience and to educate you who may go into Sephora and say, oh, I know Melissa and indeed they rock the same color as me. She says she wears this color. That's also why a couple people were on my Instagram like, Melissa, what color did you get? And I didn't respond. One of them I was like, girl, the verdict's still out, because I knew I was having issues.
Yeah.
And as a YouTuber, yes.
Is that why you didn't respond to my text? I was like,
no. Yes.
I was like, Melissa, what shade? Because I literally, you talk about you being overwhelmed. I'm a makeup artist. I walked in there and I said, okay, maybe because I was going to do a reference point, knowing that you like to see yellow, but I prefer to see more of a redder undertone. So I was just like, okay, whatever Melissa did, I might want to do one more darker. And then she didn't respond, and I was like,
because it's not a good reference point. It's not. And I don't want to lead you astray. You know what I mean? I don't want to lead you astray. If I'm going to be, you know, a quote unquote influencer and I may influence your decision, I don't want to lead you the wrong way.
And honestly, if you would have been like, girl, ... I would have walked out and bought nothing. I'd been like, okay, thanks.
Because it is overwhelming.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with your friends and have them join our 2 Brown Girl family. And follow us on Instagram. I am at Deandra Giselle.
And I am at Miss Kev on Stage.
I think that's it.
That's it, boo. That's it. Make sure you subscribe on your way out.
Yes, subscribe. Please. All right. Bye, beauties.
Bye.